nation's commercial capital. This is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight,
Bimbo Oloyede.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, it's less than 2 hours into 2014 and Nigerians are full of optimism and high expectations for the new year. Crowds cheer as fireworks light up the sky in New Zealand, Australia and Dubai, and countries across the world welcome the new year. A man believed to be a clergyman and his children are arrested in Lagos for allegedly printing fake currencies. And Canada designates Boko Haram as a terrorist group. Minister of Information blames politicians for using insurgents to achieve selfish aims.
And on business news tonight, the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry rates Nigerian economy relatively impressive in 2013.
And on sports news tonight, Nigeria's John Mikalabi is up against Didier Drogba and Yaya Toure for the CAF Player of the Year award as the association announces the event.
In less than 2 hours, Nigeria will usher in the new year 2014. Already in towns and cities across the country, Nigerians have begun preparations to mark the crossover in grand style. Besides the usual prayers holding at worship centers at midnight, in major cities such as Nigeria's commercial center, Lagos, the countdown to 2014 has reached fever pitch. And to mark the momentous occasion, A-list musicians have been lined up to perform at the Bar Beach in Victoria Island. At 12 midnight, the charged atmosphere at the beach is expected to peak with a fireworks display that finally says goodbye to 2013 and ushers in 2014. The Lagos event, which is in its second year, is attracting a huge crowd. So let's go live to Tafawa Balewa Square in the heart of Lagos, where the Covenant Christian Center is holding its crossover service. Here's our correspondent, Ayotunde Balogun.
All right, thank you very much, Bimbo. Yes, we're here live at the Tafawa Balewa Square in Marina, Lagos, for the 2013 crossover vigil service that is being taking place here, put together by the Covenant Christian Center. Well, like I said, this is the TBS, and quite a whole lot of activities going on. Of course, it's the praise and worship session which is about going on. As you can see behind me, it's a really, really full house. We've had singing, we have dancing, we've had prayer sessions, you know, people just showing their appreciation to the Almighty God for a well spent year. Well, 2013 has had its own trials and tribulations, the good side, the bad side, the ups and the downs, but these people you see behind me here are here to show their appreciation to the Almighty God for letting them see yet another year, the end of it, and they are hopeful and expectant that the new year 2014, which is some few hours, say like 2 hours from now, will be coming in, and I tell you, it's going to be a really joyous occasion here at the TBS. Well, of course, I have the senior pastor of the Covenant Christian Center, the senior pastor Pojo Oyemade, who is here, and he'll be coming in very shortly to take a look at exactly what the year has been in retrospect, that is, and his expectations for the new year. So, Pastor Pojo Oyemade, we're glad to have you here with us.
Thank you very much.
Now, of course, we've seen what's been happening so far at the TBS. Perhaps you just want to tell us what the central theme for this year's event is.
Well, there are two things we're doing. First of all, people want to come together to thank God for all that He had done for them in 2013 and lay a proper foundation for 2014. And therefore, we also prayerfully want to seek the face of God to find direction for our lives for 2014.
Now I know that 2013 has had its own fair share of trials, tribulations. So many things have happened in the country, and we can't forget the challenges we're having in terms of security and all sorts and other issues. But looking at 2014, what are your expectations? What would you want to say that Nigerians should do? I mean, talking about from the Christian side of things now, going into the new year 2014, how best can they prepare themselves, for what is to come?
Well, there's just one thing they've got to do. They've got to pray and listen deep to what the Spirit of God is saying. We are living in very unpredictable times, and the methods through which the solutions will come to what's going on in our nation, in our personal lives, will come by us listening deeply to God and doing certain things that might not be expected or predictable as far as the natural mind is concerned, to be able to solve some of these problems.
Well, in your own personal view, do you think that 2013 has really been a good year, especially for the Christian faithful? I mean, we can't help but rule out the fact that, Christians in most parts of the world have suffered several types of persecutions. And we're also getting that kind of situation here in Nigeria. I mean, what will you have to say about this?
What we'll have to say is that maybe it has awakened the church more to its responsibilities for the nation, responsibilities for society, and to understand what is really at stake in this country right now.
All right, thank you very much, Senior Pastor Prajo, for that brief insight on the event. And we hope to hear more of you in the course of the crossover vigil service.
Thank you very much.
All right. You've been hearing the senior pastor of the Covenant Christian Center, Senior Pastor Prajo Oyemale, talking about what his expectations are. Of course, what should be the expectations of most Nigerians, especially the Christian faithful, even as we get set to usher in the new year 2014. Now, like I said earlier, a whole lot of people are still trooping into the TBS for this event, and I tell you, this is the 6th edition, when we've been having the coverage of the live coverage of the event, and it promises to be really, really exciting. So many people are looking forward to the new year 2014. They are happy, they are expectant, they are joyous, and for us here, of course, we can say that 2014 should be a wonderful year. I'm Ayotunde Balogun from the TBS. It's back to you at the studios.
Thank you very much, Ayotunde Balogun, in high spirits there, reporting live from Covenant Christian Center's crossover service. Auckland, New Zealand and Sydney, Australia have become the first 2 cities in the world to welcome the new year 2014. Closer to the edge of the international dateline, New Zealand bid farewell to 2013 2 hours before Sydney, with fireworks erupting from Auckland's Sky Tower as cheering revelers danced in the streets of the South Pacific Island nation's largest city. More than 1 million people crammed the Sydney Harbour foreshore on a warm summer night to watch Sydney's renowned annual pyrotechnics show, which appeared to live up to its billing as the city's most extravagant. Fireworks launched from 4 sails of the Sydney Opera House for the first time in more than a decade. And festivities will also be held in European cities, including Moscow, Paris and London. Well, that was Dubai, United Arab Emirates, where the world's largest fireworks display has been showcased to usher in 2014. More than 450,000 fireworks were set off across 400 different locations that span an incredible 59 miles. The performance required 100 computers to synchronize the pyrotechnics, along with a choreographed musical soundtrack. More than 200 expert technicians put in 5,000 hours of work to ensure that the fireworks timing is accurate down to the millisecond. The spectacle's grand finale created an artificial sunrise along the seafront, with the highest fireworks reaching more than 1 kilometer in height. It's hoped that Dubai will smash the current record held by Middle Eastern neighbor Kuwait.